Hi. Are we there?
Give it a second. There you
go. Excellent. So, today we are doing a Japanese Omiyage bag. I think that's Omiyage bag. It's a gift bag, treat bag. People used to do like hostess gifts in them and things like that. But we're going to start with the Advent. So, with no further ado, we are, just so that you can see what I'm doing. I've chosen one. It is a white.
Oh, we haven't had
I
a white
know,
one
we
yet.
haven't had a white one yet.
Didn't know we had any white ones.
So, it is 476 and it's Natalie Woodhall. That's brilliant. I know exactly who you are. I will drop that off. Oh, what have you won? So, number 7. We're going into number 7. And you have won 2 Savannah yarns. Beautiful yarns. They're cotton.
That's that
cotton
beautiful cotton
Aran.
knitted with. It's stunning.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
So I will make sure that you get that through the post.
As I have empty hands, I'll take it back to the shop.
Oh, you're
now.
awesome.
Here we go.
It's
I'm your
out
elf today, all right?
Yeah.
I'm your elf.
I need, you've got the ears for it.
Harsh. I do not have pointy ears. I have very little ears, I'll have you know.
It's very little elf. So, so yeah, I do you know, I just, should we just have a chat? I don't know what I'm doing. I found a pattern, right, on Pinterest, and I thought, oh, that's cute, and I've been saving it for ages and ages and ages. Anyway, found the pattern. It's obviously been translated from Japanese because there are some really quirky ways of saying things in the pattern. I think I've worked it out. I haven't done it because there are so many pieces to it. Okay, so we are going to go over. So hi Anne and Ali and Lynn. Yes, we had a little bit of trouble, so it's given you all time to catch up. There wasn't a forward facing, and then it was forward facing, but it should have been on. Just got all thingy. Right, so overhead 3. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. So this is what we're making. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, I haven't done a button on the bottom. I was going to do a little circle, but we will see how it goes. All right, so it's like where was it? It was all these. Congratulations, Omiyage ready. You can admire the beauty of the resulting. So it was an interesting read. So to begin with, you choose 3 fabrics. Okay, so you choose 3 fabrics, and you have to cut 1.5 by 6 inch, 12 times of each fabric. Okay, and then you sew them together in 3. So you're going to sew that one to that one, and then that one to that one. Okay, so you start off by sewing all of the 3s together, and then you sew your 3s together again. So I will show you now. So we're going over to the machine. We are just going to do, we've got to pick a 1/4 inch. We need a 1/4 inch. Which one is the 1/4 inch? So from there, so if I'm following that one. Okay. So we are going to sew 1/4 inch, which is normal for most of what we do, isn't it? Okay, so I'm just following a line on there and hoping that, oh, there you are, that says 1/4 inch down there, look. So you're going to sew those to those, and then So this is a good one for chain piecing because you would sew all of your twos together, and then I'm going to sew the third piece. Now you have to choose which ones you want to see the most. Okay, so I've done it so that that's all right. Just trying to remember how to do this. Okay, there's your 1/4 inch. So you have to decide which order you want to put your 3 pieces of fabric. Okay, I know I'm going off half-cocked here. Where are we? Where's the beginning? Okay, and it says that you have to sew it in the order. Okay, you have to decide which colour you want to see the most of. Now they've put the colour that you're going to see the most in the middle. This one here is just like an accent fabric, and then this one you will see all of them, but I've done it so that the dark one is the most prominent, I think, having not finished it. So we're just going to iron these. Now they say to iron them all the same direction, but I actually changed the direction of the stuff. So you end up with all these 3 units, all right, little units. You're going to sew them all together in a row. Okay, so all of these, you can see I've sewn all of these together. Okay, so I'm going to sew this last one onto here, and then I'll show you how to pleat it. All right, so we're going to take that back over to the machine. So, hiya Patricia, how you doing? And Grace, I've just done your order, and there's been a lady in the shop talking about your beautiful tuffet today. You did miss the advent draw. It was a white ticket, Leah. It was a white ticket, and Natalie Woodhall won. She won two balls of Savannah wool. Okay, so I'm going back over here. Now I'm going to iron that so that all my seams iron the same way. Now with this we're going to pleat it. So each of your 3 blocks, okay, each of your 3 blocks, you are going to fold your middle piece over your left hand piece like that. So you fold it over so that your 3rd piece, your right hand piece, then sits on the top. So you can see I've folded it over. See, this is why I don't know whether you need it just to keep flat rather than, you don't want to iron your pleats open. Okay, I know a lot of sewing they like you to open them. You don't want them to be open, and then you're going to pin it because we're going to sew the top. Okay, so I'm going to pin that there. I don't know whether I actually need all these now I've pinned them. I put them in to hold them, make sure that they're all held. So I've taken those out, and I'll show you how to pleat it again. So you're going to take your middle piece and fold it over onto top of your left hand side. I've ironed that one flat again because I think it sits better. Then this one you're going to fold back, so your concertina in it. You're doing a fan really, like that, and then you're going to fold that and iron that in place like that. We're going to put a pin in there. So we now have this. Okay, so what you do now, she says, looking at the pattern, is you're going to sew it, okay? So you're going to sew all along the top. Now I'm going to up my stitch length for this because you actually do, no you don't, not with that one. Not with that one on the bottom we do. So this one I'm going to sew a normal stitch length, okay? Now I'm going to turn it over because I want to keep an eye on how it's all tidy and neat on this side, but there's a chance of this moving, okay? I've made sure that my my back pleats are all lying flat, okay? I've tucked in the new pleat is going over the last one, okay, so that it's all nice and neat. And we're gonna just stitch along the top there, okay? So I hope I'm not losing anybody. There were a couple of different videos out there, but they were mostly not English, so it was quite an exciting time. So I'm going to just sew along here, lift up, that's it, making sure that my pleats are lying flat underneath my needle. Here. Now this is going to be the top, okay? So I've sewn that at a normal length. Cut it. I'm looking at the buttons thinking, what am I doing next? Right, so we've now sewn all that, so I can now take all my pins out, okay? Because I'm going to use those at the bottom. Now, like I say, I've had to do quite a bit of it, but it's just been such a busy week. I've not had a chance to do all of it, so you're doing this with me. Right, these now, the bottom bits, we need to twist them, okay? So we are going to twist these over. Do you sew it first? No, next you need to perform the same thing, only in the opposite direction. So you're going to twist these over so that they sit flat, so you can see your middle fabric, okay? So I'm going to do that there. So I'm going to twist that over so that the fabric that's on the outside now goes over and lays flat against the left-hand fabric of the pleats before. Okay, so we're folding them all over like this, just like that. Need to make sure that they're lying flat when I pin them. Now this one here, the bottom, we're going to, there we go, you're going to ruche that up. If only we had time to do all these things before we said, yeah, we're going to do that as a 1 o'clock. I think it's going to be beautiful as a little gift bag. And it's going to look effective. I don't know who I'm going to give all these little gift bags to, because of course I did 2 last time, didn't I? I don't think I've got anybody I've got little things for. So are you all ready for Christmas? I haven't got a clue what to get Sarah for Christmas. I think I know what I'm getting Sean. I just have not really got into the Christmassy headspace yet. So over here, I haven't even decorated yet. I did buy some new lights yesterday. I bought ones to go on the window. I think for me, Christmas, my favourite bit is the lights. Right, so we're going to sew that to that, I think, first. Should I have done that first, do you think? Before I sewed it? I think I could be right. So we're gonna... Got my trusty unpicker. Just going to take off a little bit of this. Maybe I should have sewn them into a circle first. I'll take off the end of that one. And then we'll be able to pleat them better. Right, we need those right sides together. Do it that way, sir. There you go. Right, I'm just going to pleat, do that, and then we can finish the pleating process. So, over to here. Don't forget, if you fancy... Oh, bargain, yes! Christmas fabrics are on sale at the moment. Sarah's going to take them off tonight. Mind you, if our track record of taking sale stuff off stands, you'll be able to order them quite late. But they've been going well. I've cut fabric all morning. I've been cutting fabric for orders. Right, so let's see, 3. Okay, so I've got, like, it looks like, remember the paper lanterns that you used to make for in school? Looks like that. Right, so that one there then will fold over there and pin that like that. And we are going to that one there, we're gonna have to sew that one down as well. Okay, so this is our bag so far. So what we're going to do is I'm going to sew a larger stitch on this side so that I can pull it tight, and you hide the mess with a button. Okay, so there we go. So we're going to go over to the machine. I've got to hope that I can get it under the machine. Okay, so I'm guessing you pull that like that. Let's go here. Well, it's not too bad. Can I get it under there? Right, let's go up there and over there. That's not going to go, I don't think. If I unpin one of them, does that give me a bit of space? No. No, not really. What if I do 2? There we go. Do 2. No. That was on there. Like that. Right, I'm just going to hold those, she says. Right, so I can put that up to 5. Like that. So we're going to go under here. I've got to hope that this is going to work. So this might be a hand sewing project for some people, or add in another 3 set. I'm just moving it round like that. If I move that round there, like that, instead of trying to... Okay, right, I think I'm ready. Oh, go back. How do I go back? Go back there. That's not going to pull now, is it? Okay. So we're just taking it round on a, I've moved the stitch up to a 5. It's not very straight. Oh, okay. This is going to be interesting, trying to pull this now, because I've overshot. Okay, let's put that one there for a minute. That's an easy thing, isn't it? Right, I've overshot this by a bit. So which bit? Is that the... That's the beginning. There. So if we pull out some of these, like that. Will that pull? So we're just having a look at this. Do you know, you watch all these videos and they've obviously had a practice. And you get me. There we go. So I need to find some way. What about if I cut that bit there and pull that out? So you're going to pull this so that it goes tight. It'd probably have been quicker to do this by hand in the long run. Yeah, this is not pulling. Okay. So we're trying to find a bit for it to pull. No. Just talk amongst yourselves. Okay, is that pulling? No. Oh. No, it is really not wanting to budge at all. I don't know what I've done apart from do it wrong. It doesn't want to pull and thing. Right. I might have to talk you through it. Right, we're gonna go in there and you're just going to do a running stitch all the way around. Like that. See, it was a lot quicker to do it like this. It's not that big. He's only little. And we're going along here. So while I'm doing that, so what have you been doing? Sale's definitely stopping at 7. You better get on there then and get your ordering of your Christmas fabrics ready for next year. There's some really pretty fabrics. You know, you forget how lovely some of the Christmas ones are. So I'm just going around really quick. Like this. She says. Like that. So you're going to pull it in. Now I've done a double I've done my thread double so that when I'm pulling it, hopefully, you know, a button thread would probably do it. So I've got it to that, and you're just going to sew it so that it stays. So I would have had to have done some of it by hand anyway. This has already put half of you off, hasn't it? Because they're sewing by hand. Okay. Now, a lot of things that they make in for this type of thing, you will find will be oh, there we are, not too bad. So when it's all flattened out, oh, it looks a bit like my tuffets. So you would just then make sure that that all goes in all tidy. And what they've done in the pattern that I was looking at, they've put a covered button over this so that you hide that bit. Okay, so that's already starting to look like a bag. Look at that. That one needs sewing there. So there we are. There's the start of your bag. So you could probably by hand and then just a couple of times so that it stays, and you're going to cover that with a button. Now, I decided that instead of a button, I would have a piece of material like this. And I just took a circle, drew round it, I sewed all the way round, and then I cut a hole on one side like this and turned it out the right way. Okay, so you can sew just inside on the circle rather than cutting the circle out and then sewing it, which is what I did here. If you actually sew it on your line there, whatever size circle you decide, and then cut it out, you will find that you get a better circle. Okay, and by not leaving a gap and turning it through, making that hole which you're not going to see, then you will find that it will cover that there. I probably would do a smaller one, I think. Eventually I would do a smaller one. I might make that smaller and put that on the bottom there. So that's how you would finish that one off. Inside you need a I did write it down somewhere. You will need a 12-inch piece, 12-inch width by 6. Okay, and you're going to do the same and make sure that you can pleat your bottom as such. I'm going to make sure that I don't pull it out. I did a large running stitch on this one as well, and you pleat your bottom and finish sewing it in. Where's my bottom gone? There we go. So you would pull your ends and pleat it, like you know, make the bottom in like that. I'm just going to tie this for now. Now you could put another circle on the inside so that it's flat, or when you've turned this out the right way, got too many bits here now, like that, and you turn it out the right way, you're going to see you will have a tidy bottom, and we all like a tidy bottom. So you would sew that tighter than I've done it, obviously, there, so that you would have your tidy bottom with your none of your threads hanging out like that, and you're going to sit that inside your bag like that. Okay, so you then have your inside of your little bag, like that. That's not too shabby. If I was doing this correctly, it would be all perfect. Right, then you're going to have your 6" by 1.5 inch. You want 2 of those, okay? And you're going to line them up on each edge, okay, like that. Like that. So right sides together, like that, and then you're going to sew that down, and you're going to repeat that on both sides. Now this is supposed to cover all of this, but I don't think it's going to. I think you're going to need something bigger, unless I haven't pleated it enough. This is supposed to cover all of these bits. It's not going to, is it? And I know I've done it the sizes that they said, so maybe make these a bit longer. So you're going to measure your little bag and half it. Okay. So we're going to go to here. I'm tucking everything out of the way. Do you know, I do think this would be an easier hand sewing thing. This is going to be another one of those half finished projects that's just going to sit in my bag. Oh, hang on. Just take my stitch length back down to 2. Let's try that again. If I've sewn this correctly, okay. Okay, so I've sewn this on the one side, okay. I forgot to say I put a hem on either side, either end of this bit here. You're going to then iron that little bit up like that, so that you've got a hemmy edge, and you're going to fold it over and stitch it down there like that, okay, which will give you a runnel for you to put your ribbon through like that. So I can't finish it because my bits aren't right. It's not going to, I mean, you could do 3, I suppose, 3 bits that size, but I definitely think you need something a bit bigger than that. It does say, edge and details 1.5 by 6. Well, that is nowhere near big enough, because you've got a lot of raw edges. I suppose what you could do is cover your raw edges in some way before you get to that bit. You could put in a piece there in between and do it the same, so that that goes in first, so that that covers where that bit ends. and then your ribbon is going to come out of there like that. So your ribbon will come out, and so when you pull the ribbon, it's all going to close up. So yeah, it's a really it'll be really cute when it's done, but it's following their instructions and not having made it. I'd have to play with that. I think I might have a another go at it and proper play with it, because I don't think this is big enough either. The inside, I don't think that is. It's not filling this bit here. There'd be so much more room for things. So you would then. So it's like, you know, when you go to a party and you take party favours away. That's what the bag is for, supposedly. So there you go. So there's your party in a bag. So once again, we got halfway through a project. These projects, I need to find smaller projects, really do. Right, I'm going to love you and leave you. We will see you tomorrow for Advent, and we'll see how you go. So have a really good afternoon. The twisty bits look really good. Carol, you can manage this. I think if you sewed them all together on the machine and pleated them and did the rest then by hand, I think it would be a lot easier. Because you just need the running stitches and things to hold it all together. I don't think they were made originally, I don't think they would be made out of quilting cotton. They'd be made from you know, this Japanese silks and stuff like that. You could do that as long as your edging was bound and you covered that bit in the middle. It would be, a lot of the Japanese fabrics are double-sided, so you could do it so that it didn't need an inside, but they weren't actually made to last very long, I don't think. I don't know, but yeah, I'll have a sit down by hand and have a go at it, and I'll let you know when it's finished. It might be on those, it might go in the bag, you know, for the charity finish along, and we'll see how we go. Yeah, perhaps you'll have a go after Christmas. Okay, I look forward to that. It's lush, and I really love the fabrics. The fabrics are Arctic Adventure, and there was a bit of it was like a pearlized silver bumbleberry that I found in my stash. I had a little bit, and I thought, oh, that goes with it perfectly. I love the bag. I love the idea of it, but I'm going to have to sit and fiddle to make sure that I can make it work. It would make a good hat. You know, if you put a bit of ermine around it and a jewel on the top, it would be perfect for the crown. I'm going now. I'm obviously fatigued, and I will see you tomorrow. All right. Oh, do you like my jumper? Look at my Christmas jumper. Look how cool that is. Looks like my Betty. And it's got bells and everything. Oh, right. Tra bab.